I get the money repeat. I could do this in my sleep. I just spent some money on a brand new NFT. I got crypto keys, yeah, that's why they envy me. Glow up, then I skirt off like a brand new SRT. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Baby, I'm no fungible, it's wonderful to me. Say your love been ringing, cause the money calling me. I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs, I got NFTs. Not fungible, wonderful, got pineapples on me. Pineapple the gang, and it's pineapple the tea. I put my racks in the on me, I run it up with my bromie. Spent a little back on Ethereum, best believe I got the want me. We on the island like Coney.
Yo, what is going on, fam? Oh, let me go ahead and see here what's going on. All right, we're having to do it manual right now. So, welcome to the stream. Hopefully, you guys are doing good today. Having a good day. We have the Master Collectors 2.0 article just come out, so we're gonna go into full detail all about Master Collectors right now, and some pretty big changes to the article. You know, a lot of people were raising a lot of cane in the last one, but let's just go ahead and dive in and cover it.
He put 27 racks on the pony.
All right, let's get it pulled up and let's get another one going. All right. So what we have here is the version 1 Master Collectors Program. All right. So, yo, what is going on? We got Qualt in the house. Hope you're doing good. Let me go ahead. Get this bigger right here. Yeah. Get that chat big, nice and big so we can see everybody. All right, so Master Collectors, this article is version basically 1.1 of the Master Collectors Program. After receiving valuable feedback from the Veve fam, hashtag V2 is now available here. All right, so I don't know if they changed the first article. Maybe there's a link right here. Maybe there's supposed to be a link right in here somewhere. But I think this is the V1. As you know what they got, the one-off points, they got the daily recurring, got collectibles, all that good stuff. We had secret rare, have the, basically it dropped off. If you owned a secret rare, it wasn't kind of worth it as far as Master Collectors Program goes. So let's take a look and see what they changed here. All right, so we got the revision notes pulled up right here. As a matter of fact, hello from the old farmer. What's up, Uncle Mike? Let me go ahead and see here. Move this chat box up a little bit. All right, perfect. Gotta make sure we get that stream right, guys. Yo, that is that's funny. We got some Pineapple Gang music here. All right, enough getting distracted. Actually, I'll just pause that music a little bit. So here it is. By the way, shout out to Non-Fungible Wonderful for the music. NCP revision. We got the revision notes updated. As you know, it looks like here 18th, so yesterday. Main updates in V2 is the drop lottery. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this so you guys can see. But as you can see right there, those are the main updates. Drop lottery, you got set points, collectible SR points, comic series points, point limitations. So it looks like they're going to have some point limitations and a hard cap on the points. So that's very interesting. Let's see here. Drop Raffle. The MCP Drop Lottery is now the MCP Drop Raffle. So instead of bidding individual points, collectors will now purchase Drop Raffle tickets with their points. That's interesting. Okay, Drop Raffle win probability will increase with the number of raffle tickets purchased. Additionally, any collector who is not successful in the drop will have a 90% or will have 90% of their points returned. I'm gonna have to like read that again because that's very interesting. But we will move on. All right, set points have been slightly reduced from a maximum of 6 points to 5 points, as they give too much of an advantage to those collectibles or collectible and sets track compared to with those just comics, for example. Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, that makes kind of sense. So set points have been slightly reduced from a maximum of 6 points to 5 points. Too much advantage to those on the collectible and set track compared with those just comics. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one just yet because, like, you know what I mean? Because like the bigger sets, like the Marvel Mighties, I appreciated the 5 points, for example. You know, I think that they should keep 6 points. You know, for like big sets like Mighty Marvels. Just my opinion, or Marvel Mighties, whatever. What do you guys think, though? Let's see here. All right. I really like new MCP details. Says Mr. Coin. Yo, what's going on, Mr. Coin? Yo, Omi the Clown. What's up, OG? What's up? Let's go. All Chat Gaming says, yo, Wes, thanks for the dono, man. Kyle's videos have been getting better. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I'm doing my best, and it's a lot of hard work, and editing videos, but, we're getting better. That's the name of the game, right? Appreciate the dono. All right, so back into it. We have the collectible points for secret rares. We recognize that the value and effort to obtain collectible secret rare, non-comic, unless you're lucky enough to score one on the drop. So I guess if you score a secret rare on the drop, you get some bonus points. As such, points for the collectible secret rares have been increased from 0.5 to 5 points. That's a 10x increase. That's insane. So if you have a secret rare, you're going to get 5 points. That's very interesting. That definitely changes the game, in my opinion. 0.5 to all the way to 5. That's a massive increase. I mean, that's huge. Now, I don't know how I feel about 5 points yet. I mean, it's probably a good idea. If you're spending money on a secret rare, I mean, you probably should get it rewarded a little bit because, you are a collector. It's what collectors come for, is that secret rare oftentimes. So I think it's kind of justified. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments or in the chat. I guess my latest dono thing's not working. We'll have to figure that out, though. But I appreciate the dono. All right. We'll turn that actually off since it's not even working. All right. Collectible points, low mint bonus. The low mint collectible bonuses have been updated. Yes. Oh my gosh. So sub 150 to sub 300. So now we're going to get rewarded for anything under 300. I am super excited about that because, oftentimes they take the first 40 of a mint or an edition on the drop per collectible. So really there's only like 110. So I'm really glad that they changed it to 300. Yo, Wes. Donated through Super Chat. Or maybe that's just now catching up. I can't tell. But I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, Wes again. Heck yeah, man. Super happy secret rares get more points now. Yeah. I think I like it. Before it was like just not enough, right? Comics point daily. So this is going to be interesting. I haven't read this yet. This is kind of a first look for me right now. We acknowledge the MCP1 comic points were not as balanced as they could have been for collectors who focus on collecting comics. As such, the comic points have been revised. For example, collectors will now get 0.25 points for a common, wow, and up to 6 points for a secret rare comic. But like, I guess we'll have to check on the official article to see how many points we can mine per common we hold. You know, I know that tapers off with collectibles, so I'm really interested to see how much per comic that's going to give us. 6 points is pretty massive for a secret rare comic, but now you do get 1 extra point. That's interesting. So instead of 5 points right here for collectibles, you're going to get 6 points. So let me know what you guys think about that, the difference between the comic and collectibles that we're seeing. All right, comic points, low mint bonus. So here we go again. Comic low mint points, 0.5 points earned for the 5% lowest comics available to the public. Excludes any allocate. Oh, that's good. So any comic allocated to Veve, it's going to exclude that, which is great. You get those low mint comic points, 0.5 earned for the 5% lowest mint comics available in that drop. So, or in that, specific rarity is what I'm assuming. I like that. I like that a lot. I think we should be rewarded for low mints, and 5% seems like a reasonable number. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. They should do sub 500. Man, over time, I wonder, I bet they'll have to add eventually, when the edition sizes are so big, for instance, for the comics, 5% lowest mint. So I imagine over time that may be the case with some of these collectibles. I mean, I feel like they're going to have to put some kind of number on it, and that the Master Collector Program is going to have to kind of be continually updated based on edition sizes. So I think long term that they'll probably have to do that at some point, is what I'm assuming. Or just do a percentage, right? Just a percentage. I think that makes more sense than having to track, numbers. But comics points. Little bit of a typo, maybe, I don't know. Comic points series. The comic series points have been removed from the points table as the comic daily points have now been increased. Okay. Point limitations have been included in the NCP overview, which outlines measures to prevent the point system from being gained. So those are all the core big changes. Those are pretty massive. I mean, those are pretty big changes. Let me know if you agree, because I think those are pretty big. So let's see here. V2. So summary can be seen here, which is what we just read. Sub 300 is very fair. I agree. I have some sub 300s that I'm super pumped about. Especially the very beginning, man. I was telling people for a long time, before all these other content creators and influencers came, that anything like sub 500 and really sub 300 and sub 200 are absolute keepers. All right. So it just goes to show, if you held on to those, that good job. And I'm sure smart people out there collected those sub 500s and all that good stuff. But yeah, a lot of people were just collecting they're collecting sub 100. Those were going for a bunch, but this gives a lot of value to the lower mints, and I'm excited for that. A lot of this stuff, just before we go any farther, it is crazy to see the Veve community actually influence the wider NFT space, because low mints kind of play factors into some of these other projects on OpenSea. And I think the longer Veve is around, I think that's going to be more the case, at least as far as, maybe not so much on these generative projects because it's random, but I think some of these other projects that have 800 of similar editions, I think those lower mints are going to play more of a factor on places like OpenSea. But we shall see, no pun intended. All right. So please note, work in progress. The information below is a second revision of the various elements of the Master Collector Program. And like I said in the beginning, when I did I can't remember if I did a stream. I think I did do a stream of the Master Collectors Program, the first one. And basically just said, not to make any decisions based off that first one. And I also said that this was just only version 1, right? I told people, hey, let's not freak out. There's probably going to be an update. This is just a first look on the first one, right? So, and I was telling people not to base any decisions off that first, revision or whatever, or first, whatever. Master Program Collector. I can't even talk. Let me go ahead and scroll down. Collectible refers to all items that can be purchased at Veve store, blah, 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 blah. Summary. Are all Veve app users are automatically, we already know that. Okay, some of this we already know from the first article. Level points, yada, yada, one-off points, we know those. I don't think those have changed. Daily recurring, obviously these have changed to some degree. 1 point is given for each collectible own. But if duplicate, here we go. If duplicate collectibles are held, these will be subject to diminishing points. So there we have it. 4 collectibles or more. I mean, it goes down on the grading scale pretty much on a little number scale. Collectible bonus points. Collectibles of specific rarities or mints will receive bonus points. As you can see right smack that dab there. 5 points for secret rare. I mean, what do you guys think about the ultra rare though? I mean, don't you think it should at least get a point? You know, if the secret rare gets such a massive bonus, what about the love for the ultra rare, man? What about the love for the ultra rare? So let's see. Collecting a comic series is not worth it. I mean, let's get into it. All right. Let's get to the comic part in just a minute. Maybe there's something in there that might stand out that maybe gives us a benefit for collecting those comics. Thank you for subscribing. Taxi Corp Electric Taxis. Let's go. I just joined. What's the point system? So that's what we're going over. There's been a lot of changes. So if you're just now tuning in, I just covered like the major updates. So like secret rare collectibles went from 0.5 to 5 points. Massive. And there's a lot of other big changes. Comic points are going to get more of a fair structure, things like that. Low edition bonus. Here's the big one of the other big updates. It went from sub 150 now to sub 300 mint. I think this is super awesome. This is one of my favorite ones. Collectible set points. Okay. This one changed too from 6 points to 5. I don't know if I like that. I think they should just add in. So in my opinion, I think they should just add in another one for like 6 collectibles or more. You know, just one more. All right. And then you get like 6 points. I mean, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't really know, but I mean, holding 5 collectibles, kind of like holding a secret rare. But I think it's special for the sets that have, 6 plus. There's not that very many of them, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe that will change over time too. So we'll see. Duplicate set points. If you own one or more of the same set, the additional sets are subject to a reduced amount of points versus unique sets. Second set, 30% points versus unique, yada, yada, for set non. So we kind of know that, if you're a duplicate set collector, that's how that's going to work for you. Not necessarily a bad thing to own a second set, but it does drastically, go down after that. Okay. Daily points. So here's where we're going to get into the comics and what I'm interested in. As you can see here, secret rare gets 6 points. That's a lot of points. That is a lot of points, but my guess is that they're trying to bring in the comic collectors and maybe that's a good thing for all of us. Maybe that's going to bring some serious gains to some of those comics. My wife says, I love you. I love you too. Draw a little heart on the screen for the wifey. All right. But as you can see there, common, uncommon, rare 2, ultra rare 3. I do like this better, just because the daily points for the, collectibles, it to me is low, but for these comics, it's good. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. Taxi Corp says, glad low mints are recognized in MCP. Does anyone feel some of the high value Series 1 collectibles have been ignored? There's no MCP incentive to buy them. Yeah. My hopes and dreams is that they give some Season 1, some TLC, man, or some kind of benefit, because, I know they're going to bring us badges, especially if, if you've been here early on. But man, yeah, I would like to see something special at least. I don't know if that's a badge. I don't know if that's Master Collectors or not, but I know they said badges is coming, so maybe one day. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. All right. Duplicate comics. Duplicate comics are held. These will be subject to diminishing points. So second one, 50%. I like that. So this one is better than the, the collectibles as well. So if you own a second one, there's only a 50% reduction instead of what is it? You only get 30%. So to own a dupe, man, that's not a bad deal at all for comics. Given probably the high edition sizes, they want these comics gobbled up a little bit, probably, is what I'm assuming. Comics low mint bonus, plus 50% points earned for the 5% lowest mint comic available. Public to the public mint, excludes any comics retained by Veve. So we covered that earlier. Pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Those lower mints, man, those are going to go like hotcakes. So do your due diligence. By the way, none of this is financial advice. This is entertainment and educational purposes only. Back to the stream. In-app activity. Chat, you're super quiet today. Well, usually I have like the regulars, in here. Omi the Clown says, I skipped your comment. I didn't see it earlier. This seems like a whale game to me. If you get 90% of your points back, then whales will just go all in with their points. Yeah. I guess I kind of missed, like, that was the first one I read, the first major point I think I read here. So the drop raffle is what Omi the Clown's referring to. So the lottery is now the raffle. So X-nay on the lottery say, and raffle it is. Instead of bidding individual points, collectors will now purchase drop raffle tickets with their points. So we're going to get tickets instead. I feel like this change was like kind of natural, this part at least, because the lottery, I don't know if that made sense. The raffle, I guess, makes a little bit more sense. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Drop raffle win probability will increase the number of raffle tickets purchased. This is probably just an easier concept, I think, for everybody to grasp, in my opinion. But I don't know if that's necessarily a better change. Seriously love this because I never have a clue what anything means until you tell me. Yeah, DW, thank you. Let's go, homies. AMA soon. Yeah. We got the AMA. For those guys tuning in, the AMA, obviously, for the actual Master Collectibles Program. I don't know if it's going to be Dan Crothers doing that one. He did the last one, I do believe. Or I'm not sure if that's going to be Alex or Reese. But we'll see. I believe that's on Twitter Spaces, too. Raffle win probability will increase the number of raffle tickets purchased. Additionally, any collector who has not successful. So if you're not successful on the drop raffle, we'll have 90% of their points return. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. 90 does seem like a lot to have back. Not gonna lie. Because that is like, supporting the whales. Here's my whale drawing right here. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. In-app. Let's go back to the version 2 article here. In-app activity. 1 point is received for all in-app activity actions. I kind of wonder. I want to kind of see a list of that. Like all. What does that mean? Like, does that mean if I click on something, like anything? Like, what does that mean? I kind of want to see. Oh, here. See here. In-app activities will have a maximum limit of 25 points per. Okay, so there is a cap. There is a cap. In-app activity includes daily logins, sharing, commenting, liking, market listings. Additional activities will be added in the future. I wonder when this is, because like in the beginning, we were told that we would not get points for activity. And so I haven't really been doing much activity since the beginning because we were told like, so I didn't want to invest all my time on the app. I was outside of Veve, doing videos, but oh well. I'm not bitter. Earning points. Points are earned on activity, transaction that take place within Veve. Recurring points stop accruing after 14 days of inactivity. So there you go. Make sure you're active in the app. Don't let your points dust on you or you're recurring. Points have a shelf life and must be spent within 6 months of earning. There will be an indication in-app on the amount of points needed to be spent on a certain date. Points which are closest to expiring will be used first. Points are calculated and applied once per 24 hour at a set time each day. Points have 2 decimal places. Earned points may change during periods. Double point bonus days. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Retroactive points. When the MCP is officially launched, level points will be calculated from time a collector Veve's account was created. So this is good for early adopters. The number of points received will only be calculated based on the number of collectibles and sets the collector owns in that time. The collectors will also receive one-off points for store purchases, market purchases, and completed sets. Okay. That's nothing new. Point limitations. Various measures will be in place to prevent users from exploiting, abusing, or otherwise gaming the system. Here are some examples. Points for completing a set can only be earned once per set. A user cannot complete a set, sell a collectible from the set, and buy it back to complete the set again. This answers my question. I had that same thought because I know people out there they're gonna do that. All right, they're gonna try to game the system. It's just gonna happen, but at least they're addressing it. So don't be trying to cheat the system, man. Like, come on. Let's see here. DW, it is not impossible to be active on this app, so addictive, LOL. For sure. Hi, friend. Energy. Yo, what's going on? Well, NFT coming soon. Man, I wish. I need to sell one of my kidneys. All right, let's see. Moving on. Points. Where am I? Where did I leave off? Point limitations. Okay, we covered that. Market. Points for purchasing are applied once per collectible. You can't purchase the same low-cost collectible over and over to gain points. But what's that mean? Like, same cost collectible? Like so if there's like 10K Mermicornos, like, and they're all like 5 gems, does that mean like we can't just buy like 10 of them in the market? So I'm not really sure. I would like some clarity on that. Or does it mean just like you buy it, you sell it, and then you buy the same, like, what? I'm not sure. Additionally, market purchase points are earned for the first 5 collectible market purchases daily. So that's good. You can't really game that either. You can't spend the day buying different low-cost collectibles to infinitely gain points. Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to get at. So the answer is kind of that. I still have some questions surrounding that, though, and I'm sure some of you guys do too. What does this entail entirely? Levels, ranks, badges. The Master Collector Program consists of levels and ranks. We know that. Levels start at level 0, blah, blah, blah. Top percentile. Okay, for example. Okay, yeah. We already know all that. Levels. I don't think anything's changed here. Milestone 3D level badges for every 10 levels displayable in showrooms. I would love for these 3D level badges. I would love for them to do something in the VV-verse. Let me know what you guys think about that. Because, badges are cool, but, it'd be cool if, like, I don't know, like, we got, like, if you had at least, like, one badge, it allowed you, like, I don't know, maybe David, you puts on an AMA, like, randomly, and if you have at least 1 or 2 badges, like, you get to partake in this, like, special little Q&A session with, like, the co-founder or Reese or somebody or Alex or I don't know. I'm just trying to think. How cool would that be? All right. Moving on. Rank. Along with levels, the NPC consists of 23 ranks. I'm surprised it wasn't 33 like all Disney style, you know what I mean? But we got that Michael Jordan rank as the top number there. The collector's rank is based on their position relative to other VV collectors. The lowest rank is bronze 1, high, blah, blah, blah. We already know all this. This is not new. I don't believe either. Okay, so the drop raffle, that's what we'll need to touch up on. Roadmap, yada, yada. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and cover like one of the more major parts, I guess, which would be this drop raffle right here and see what they said. Drop raffle. The MCP drop raffle gives collectors a greater chance to obtain a specific collectible in an upcoming drop. A percentile of editions of each rarity in a drop will be made available for raffle. So it's only a percentage. So I wonder what percentage. It's just going to be based on rarity, basically, probably, and will be made available for raffle. So I wonder what this number is going to be, what that's going to look like. Users can participate in the drop raffle by using their points to purchase a drop raffle ticket. The more tickets a collector has relative to other drop participants, the greater the chance of success. So you want to have, obviously, more raffle tickets than everybody else, so your chances go up. The collector can buy as many raffle tickets as their points will allow. When the drop raffle closes, winners will be randomly selected from the pool ticket. Collectors who have an unsuccessful in the drop raffle will get 90% of their gems or 90% of their points returned. Now, so here's what may happen, and Oma the Clown pointed out, maybe it seems like a whale game at first, but if there's a small amount of percentage of available number, per drop, and you get your 90% back, that's going to burn 10% of your points, but everybody, and it's going to be based on rarities too. So like if you want to complete the set, that's going to cost you 10% per rarity. So realistically, if there's 4 collectibles in that set, you're only going to get like 60% back if you use all your points. So that's something to think about. I think a lot of bigger whales are going to do that. They're going to burn a lot of their lottery tickets. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to FOMO into using their points, but it's something to consider as far as that goes. What strategy, will these whales use? What strategy will you use? It may come down to, what works best for you. I don't know. Maybe you just go all in on the secret rare, but if you're a set collector that you want to mine those points, maybe you just go all in on each rarity according to whatever you want to do. I think the move to do is use all your points on the drops you want. Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, so a lot of people are gonna. What's gonna happen is a lot of people are gonna blow out their points in the beginning because they're not gonna know what they're doing. So don't let that be you. Don't blow out your points. Too fast is all I'm saying. Because say VV drops a sweet collectible and you don't have any chances. You don't want to be stuck with no points. Is all I'm saying. Okay. Let's read how it works. At a set time before the drop, the MCP drop raffle will open to those collectors above the required MCP level. So wow, you have to have a required level. The collector can choose which collectible and rarity they want to buy drop raffle tickets for. The number of collectors competing for a collectible will be shown. I think that's pretty cool. The number of collectors, and you guys can, we can all see, how many, and this is just going to create more content for us to share and talk about, right? However, the number of drop raffle tickets will not be known. That's interesting. I wonder why. I guess just so people, don't FOMO in and, try to game the system, I guess that's a good idea. The MCP drop raffle will close a short time before a drop, so I wonder how short of time it will. So that's another question right there. If you guys are taking notes, man, take notes on some of these questions, and I know you guys already have some. Before a drop, and successful collectors will be notified. Oh, wow. I wonder how they get notified. Probably just notification on the app, push notification. The winners must claim the collectible before the drop takes place. Wow. So if a collectible is not claimed before the drop, it is returned to the public drop pool. There is going to be some serious... Oh my gosh. There's going to be some serious people... I already know where this is going. There's going to be some big losers. Like if you're not paying attention, you accidentally forget, or you have an emergency that you have to attend to, and you don't claim that collectible. If it's what if it's a secret rare? I can already foresee somebody being livid. But that's going to be a part of the game. That I think that's going to draw some entertainment for us as a community. All right, when a winning collectible is claimed, the collector is prompted to make the payment in gems. Okay, so that's fair. And the collectible will be delivered to their collection post-drop. So it'll still take all day for you to get that collectible, probably. I mean, that's, I joke, but, they have to verify, the gems and everything go through. It's probably a lot behind the scenes. All right, accessories... Purchase with points. So accessories will be made available for purchasing using points. Accessories that can be purchased with points will generally be non-licensed high edition items, allowing collectors to trick out their showrooms. That's cool. I hope they add in Omi, Omi only accessories, which maybe Dan said that in the AMA. I can't remember anymore. There's been so many. But I would like to see Omi accessories. That would be very cool. And I think that would help. This is my fire right there. Burn the Omi. Premium market listings. Premium market listings allow for greater exposure. So this is pretty cool. I think this is nothing new though at this point. MCP Pro, small feature, blah, 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 bro badges. Hey, Vivi, you trying to hook me up with that MCP Pro for free, Just kidding. Roadmap, take the MCP available to collectors in an expedient manner. Follow phases or aspects of the NPC, drop raffle, yada, yada. Okay. So the question is going to be phase one. When are we going to start seeing this? And I think they're going to talk about that hopefully tonight. It's starting. So the AMA is going to be starting shortly. 15 minutes plus is when the actual MCP AMA starts. So we'll obviously tune into it, or I'll show you guys where to find it and all that good stuff. All right, drop raffle. That's coming second. Accessories premium. When plinth? When are we gonna get them accessories? We've been all waiting patiently for accessories. It's no big deal. Now premium market listings that are new, badges are new. Hey, your boy requested badges a long time ago. Just saying. I was the first person to request badges. You're welcome. You're welcome. MCP Pro. There's another feature that I requested a long time ago that's in the app now. You're also welcome. It was like the, when you go to your collection in the app, you weren't able to select the go to market button. So you had to actually go all the way to the market, find your collectible, figure out all this other stuff. And then it took like 10 minutes per collectible just to find out what the floor was on the collectible. It's cool that they added the floor to the actual collectible too nowadays. Back then, we had no idea what the floor was. Who has access to MCP, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. So I don't think anything is new down below. Is now underway. So blah, blah. When will each phase be released? Will points be retroactive? Okay. I thought they had a points cap though. Let's see. See if we can find if there's a points cap. Can I watch the AMA without Twitter? I don't know if I'm gonna stream it, to be honest, yet, because I would normally stream it, but I got that date night with the wifey. I do believe so. I believe I will not be streaming, but I'll show you guys where to find it. Usually Cavell streams those, so I imagine Cavell's gonna stream the AMA. Thank you for subscribing, Yarden Cohen. If you win, you don't get points back, or you get apparently if you don't win the lottery, you get 90% of your points back. But as I mentioned earlier, if you put up your points on each rarity in that set that's dropping, if there's like 4, like I think you're only going to get like 60% of your points back if you wager all your lottery tickets on each rarity in that set. If you really like that set and you want to complete the whole thing, like what if Disney Golden Moments dropped now and we had all these lottery tickets that we could buy with our points? Most of us would wager all of our points all up front, and most of us probably wouldn't have points after that. So that's something to think about. If we get a huge brand, a huge IP like the NFL or Pokemon, I don't know if our points are going to last that long. I'm just saying. So I think Taps Trades is streaming the AMA. We can ask Taps. Actually, I won't ask Taps. See, my pleasure, sir. Okay, thank you. Appreciate the info. All right. So let's see if... I thought they said there's a point cap in here. I think that's about it, though. When holding unique sets, diminishing bonuses, rarity bonuses, digital comics, will we be able to use points in the VVverse? Yes. Points can be earned and used in the VVverse. More details will be released closer to the launch of the VVverse. What about OMI utility? So this is a good question. OMI utility will be a separate program and an article, but there will be some overlap with MCP. So stay tuned on more of that soon. So I'm interested in that. So that would be some good questions to ask tonight in the AMA. When will we see the OMI utility? Like what date? I know they said it was coming. Obviously the VVverse, like these two are kind of connected in some way, to some degree, probably. Also, when web app? I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about, and also when 4K showroom. Like, I'm sure a lot of you vault builders out there would appreciate that. And when, really important question, when VV Art Show? Shout out to you OGs that actually know what the VV art show is. The VV, actually, let's just look it up. The VV art show. I'm just going to give this account a big shout out. This was the first community event right here. We gave out collectibles that may or may not have been sent by VV, and actually they were. Spoiler alert. So people that won the VV art show got some pretty sweet stuff. Not all the collectibles were from VV, but yeah, it was a community event put on. You definitely want to give this account a follow if you are a vault builder, artist, and you like doing fan art. We did a lot of cool stuff back in the day, so big shout out to that. Also, follow me on Twitter, man. Got some breaking news over there. But yeah, you can find let's go here. If you just want to tune into it on Twitter, I believe you can just go to the main VV Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so right here. I'll retweet this so you guys can find it if you want to on my Twitter. So join us 3 p.m. PT. So that starts here in about 9. And you can get a reminder. You just click a reminder. If you're on web browser, you can actually just click and it'll actually play some sound in your web browser nowadays. But that's how you do it. I just retweeted it so you guys can find it. Let's see. Let me refresh. So if you guys want to find it, it's saved right there. You can find that. Okay, thank you. Appreciate the info. I don't know who's going to be streaming it. Cavell, maybe Taps. I would stream, but going on a hot date with the wife. You know what I mean? My pleasure, sir. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. We'll hang out for another couple minutes and wait for this to start. We'll tune in for like a minute and then and go from there. What else do you guys want to talk? We can talk about Immutable X if you guys want to. Or we could talk about Master Collector Point strategy. I think that also holding a secret rare, obviously going to be super beneficial. I just don't want to, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go on the app right now and I may buy one. Let's go ahead and, I can pull my phone up on the screen real quick and we'll mine some Master Collector points. So I'm going to pull that up. I wonder about what depressing collection value estimation on the app that keeps telling me I'm down more than 50%. I'm up 1,000 since early March. I think you're referring to, and that's a good question for tonight as well. I think you're talking about the appraisal feature on the app, and I can pull that up in just a minute on the screen here. That feature doesn't work, but Dan Crowther's mentioned in the AMA that they're going to be fixing that. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. We need to talk about Storm. The edition sizes came out. Here's the common. Mistress of the Elements, common. 16,000 editions. List price 50 gems. We have the Wind Rider, uncommon. 12,000 editions. It gets pretty steep. Like, it drops off the edition sizes. Queen of Wakanda, 6,500, 50 gems. So far, just 50 gems. 50 gems even for the ultra rare, 3650 editions. 50 gems as well. Her arms are apparently like the Reverse Flash. Just kidding. Ultimate and animated. Once again, her arms look like the Flash in this picture, but we all know it's just movement. They're just trying to show you it's animated. And that one's probably going to have lightning, so that's going to be pretty cool. That one's 1,500 editions. That's a steep drop off for only 50 gems. That's a good deal. Like, Spider-Man Ultimate Animated was like 400 gems. And I can't remember what Captain America was, but I'm pretty sure it was more than 50 gems back in the day. So this is pleasantly surprising that this is only 50 gems. I kind of like that. You are? Okay, cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull the Veve app up on the phone. And mine some points. How about? Thank you for subscribing. Islam Youssef. Is it a blind box? It is blind. Oh, yeah. That's right. Duh. Okay. Let's pull up the app, though, real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. We're going to point out a couple collectibles that would be good to collect. There we go. For the Master Collector Program. All right. Obviously lucky, but that's super expensive. You're going to be priced out of that. Not exactly the best collectible. One set collectibles, that's what we're going to be talking about, I think. So let's go ahead and get that going. So obviously there was like some good decon ones. That might be something to look at after the MTL drops. But I don't know if there's secret rares in here, so let's take a look. I think most of them are ultra rares. So there may not be a secret rare in here. There's the gold, Little Friends gold. I wonder what the floor. Yeah, that's not reasonable at all. One highly underrated one's going to be Ultraman. The secret rare 2D poster. It looks like the price has already gone up on this one the past couple days. This one would be a good one to grab. It's also, technically it's a Marvel NFT as well, but there's no Marvel. But the original one, IRL, like had the Marvel logo on it. So that might be something to grab before everybody else does for secret rares. Obviously it's not a set by itself. Let's see if we can scroll through. I got one in mind that I will show you guys before the price goes up on. It's going to be a Marvel Mighty. It's going to be Captain Carter. It's going to be this one. It's going to be that one. It's going to be good. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. So that one, let's see. Brought my gems down, my balance. Shucks. That's going to bring me up to 20 sets. That's going to unlock my second badge, baby. Let's go. All right. So now I get a set bonus and I get that 5 points secret rare bonus as well. So that one would be a cheap pickup. Can't imagine that those will... Oh, crap. That's not a secret rare. That's a freaking rare. At least I get a set bonus. I'm an idiot. Just kidding. Let's go... Let's see what we got off of that. We got daily points. We did get 2 points at least. Secret rare, 6 points. Okay. Let's get those set points in there. So that would give, I guess that gives you like a one-off points for completing the set. So at least I get that set bonus. Okay, here it is. Rare, got that 0.25 just now. Duplicate set. So the comics are looking nice though for the secret rare. So some good pickups there. Actually, let's go ahead. Let's see here. See if they started. I don't think they started. When MTL, says the Mario Karters. This guy's an old OG, man. Everybody's asking that MTL. That's funny. So I don't think it started yet. But let's go ahead. All right, so daily points. Daily recurring. So off that Carter, collectible set points. 5 points right there. Just for having that Carter, Agent Carter. Boom. 5 points. That's what I was trying to obviously refer to, not the secret rare bonus. I don't know what. So I got 0.5. Like, so that's what. Come on, give some ultra. Give the ultra rare and the rare a little bit of love. Like, I don't know. Don't you guys agree? If secret rare gets like a massive bonus, like this should come up at least a little bit, like at least 0.75. The ultra rare, man, ultra rare. You mean to tell me? You mean to believe to tell me that Riso is only going to earn 0.5? Am I the only one? All right. Sub 300 mints. Those are going to be fun to snipe. Let's take a look at the market and how many people are selling their low mints without realizing it. 87 right there. Boom. Only 430 gems for a number 87. So that is available right now. I'm not liquid enough right now to get that, but look at that. You get that 0.5 edition bonus right there, if that's you. And it's at number 87. Like, that's pretty low. AMA is live. Let's take a look. Okay. Hero. Hang on just a second, guys. I'm gonna check on the app here. It doesn't appear to be live.
Achieved the milestone of 1 million monthly active. So, Dave and I, and actually community, everyone at Veve always talks about it a lot, that, we do owe so much of this growth to all of our influencers, a lot of people on this call, and just generally everyone for, all your backing and support. So, yeah, big pat on the back round to everyone. So I just wanted to cover off those sort of highlights into the rest of it. And before we do that, I really just want to give some shout outs to a few people as well. Number one, Alex, Noah, and Reese. I mean, man, you guys nailed it at Decon. Dave and I were obviously back here in New Zealand trying that we couldn't be over there. But yeah, you guys did a really, really good job. So I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for doing that. And in addition, all of our Veve fans who came, Wendy, Taps, Traps, Randy, Granola, Geomite, Obi Homies, just everyone who attended Decon. I literally think you guys will walk the billboard for me. We've had a lot of positive feedback from the event. Also wanted to just give a quick shout out to NFT Pirates. I mean, I don't know how you secured it, man, but you did an interview with Lewis from Gymshark, which was really cool. Just a really great interview, and I thought a cool intro for people into Veve. So well done on that.
Can you guys hear that?
Next up on my list is just to quickly touch on the app release that we did last week. Sorry, actually that was this week. I don't know where the time's going. I think that we had some really positive feedback on the market comics update, also merging comics into the store, which just makes it significantly easier to find all of those comics. And of course, any feedback you guys have on these updates, please feel free to contribute them as you do.
Can you guys hear that?
Nice one, Alex.
Or is that just feedback? Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, I don't think you guys can hear that. Let me try to refresh it.
Smash the mute button for a second there. Now, next up on the list is the... Keep pressing on. Sorry, smash the mute button for a second there. Now, next up on the list is the Lincoln skateboards. So over the Decon weekend, and I know a lot of you have reached out to us, there was a double minting of the metadata on the secret rare. So what Dave and I have been doing in the background is working on that second mint. It will come out with an updated design or a slightly updated design. And of course, it will still have the SR tag. And if any of you are going to be the lucky people to get this new one, you'll get an email in the next 48 hours, just notifying, and then probably another email when we do roll out the updates in another couple of days. Next up, okay, Alex, I'm just going to power through this list so we can get to the community. Now, FUD busting. So a couple of things I just wanted to go through. Obviously, bots have been on the menu socially for a while. And I guess I really just wanted to give a little bit more perspective from our side. When dealing with bots, these are something that affect industry-wide, whether it's sneakerheads, whether it's tickets, anything that can be dropped online at a specific time. And ultimately, dealing with bots really is a cat and mouse game or a whack-a-mole game. One pops up, you smash it down. But I just wanted to assure the community that we do use some of the world's top bot protection services out there. These guys already work for, major brands, which are 10, 20, 30 times bigger than DV. And they do a very, very good job with that. So, we take all measures that we can on our side to ensure that we're doing bot protection. Doesn't mean they'll be gone forever, 100%. No, it doesn't. And that because it doesn't work like that in any industry. One of the updates that we made in the last app release is you guys might have seen we've listed all of the usernames in the market. And that is so, if it's more transparent who you're buying off now. And, really from a community perspective, we're doing everything we can on our side, and on a community side, if we're taking measures to not support these bots, assuming the user can be identified as a bot, because it is obviously still a gray area, we should be trying to buy off people who you think are legitimate. And that will obviously become a lot more clear also once we roll out the MPC. Secondly, I just wanted to discuss scaling. Veve overall runs very, very well, especially considering the massive growth that we've had, especially outside drops. Outside a drop, the system generally runs 99.9% exceptionally very well. When it comes to the drops, we are using the drop model, which we've used from the beginning of the year. And it is, while extremely exhilarating and exciting and creates heart palpitations and all that, it is, in terms of a programmatically way, quite an inefficient way to run a drop. So we will be rolling out a new drop system a little bit later in the year, and I will cover that in the updates in a moment.
Wow.
Now,
that's crazy.
Next up, so just to run through all of the stuff that's going on. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is timelines. I know we're basically branded as #soon now. We should 100% register that and have it as our trademark. But I also just want to remind everyone that, Veve is a collectible business. And, as a collectible business, we need to show good results, which, we have been up till now, to secure licenses, to bring in the brands, which bring in the users. So it's very important that we do have a focus on collectibles. And, some people, might comment that we should be focusing on certain things rather than maybe Disney or Decon. But really, the exposure that we get that we have received from Disney Week and Decon Weekend has been priceless for the long-term Veve. As in, it's brought in, you know, people from the Disney world. It's brought in artists and and fans from the art world. So it's really important just to remember that that is and always will be our core business. So if we are a little bit slow on, you know, some of the tech we're rolling out, you know, for the most part, that's the reason. Especially when we're crazy enough to do 25 odd drops or whatever it was in 7 days. But however, now that all of those key drops are out of the way, we will, as always, continue to press ahead with, you know, the new app releases come out as we said it would. MCP version 0.2 has been released. Now, just to quickly zip down the list, so MTL is basically all done. We didn't want to roll out any kind of big updates to the platform during a big drop week like Disney or Decon. So that will be going into production this coming week, and then we will be onboarding or contacting the small beta tester group to start off with. And then as previously discussed, we'll then roll it out to core groups of people, you know, 25, 50, 100, and so on. IMX production will also be continuing on this week. We are hoping that we will be getting into stage 2 of that. I believe that there's just a few more things that our team and the Immutable team need to get ironed out, and then we'll be ready to move on to that.
If I may, Dan,
Yeah,
knowing how many new users we have, and given that we have about 2,200 people in this space currently, can we just give a quick high-level explanation of what IMX is and why it's important and why so many people are excited about it?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great point, Alex. So basically, Veve operates off the Go chain blockchain at the moment. Now, these guys have been very good to us up till now, but obviously, you know, in the past couple of years, the blockchain space has changed quite a lot. And you know, we feel that there are predominant players in this space, which in our opinion is Ethereum. So Immutable is an Ethereum-based blockchain or ETH-based blockchain on layer 2. And there's a few key reasons that we're migrating over. So number one, so we can be, our NFTs can be significantly more interoperable than what they are now. You know, it's no secret that I've mentioned on a number of AMAs that I do believe the future is interoperability eventually when all the big guys come around. Number two, of course, it is still environmentally friendly. Number three, it's a very fast and adequate system for our needs. And lastly, of course, you know, very low gas costs. I mean, I think we've minted in excess of 2 million NFTs in the past 6 or 7 months or 7 or 8 months. So, you know, all of these kind of key points are what we need to address as the business continues to grow. So moving on from there, we have the Showroom V2. Now, next week, I'll be working with Reese to release an article. There's quite a few updates going out in this, new Showroom V2. Number one is obviously the new beautiful gallery, which looks really stunning. Number two is the empty space showroom. I really feel that, you know, the Voltaholics and all of these super talented showroom builders are going to have a lot of fun with the empty space. You know, you're not going to be constrained by being inside this gallery anymore. So we want to release an article before we drop it, just so everyone knows and understands how to use it, because the empty space showroom is a little bit different. And then very shortly after that, we will be rolling it out. So very excited to see what amazing new creations will be coming out.
Let's go
from that side. Now, next up, I just wanted to go through the Master Collector version 0.2.
Here we go.
Let me just get my notes up here, just to explain some of the reasoning as to why we have made these updates. Sorry, I just lost my links here. Here we go. Okay, so number one is the, come on, internet load. You can do it.
You want me to read it out for you?
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, here we go. No, better. Okay, so number one is the drop lottery. So a couple of things here. We've decided to update this, to the drop raffle. So now you will still use your points, but rather than bidding your individual points, you will now buy a raffle ticket. And in the same way that any raffle works, the more tickets you have, the higher chance of securing that drop you will have. And one of the reasons we changed it to a raffle is that obviously there are collectors that span a wide range of levels or ranks within Veve, from the newbie to the master collector. And with the raffle approach, it actually gives that newbie user, even though it might be a very small chance, still a chance to land something in the drop raffle. And that's the reason one of the main reasons we've changed it to this system rather than just voting or wagering with points. Secondly, we decided that, especially if you're a new user to Veve and you don't secure the drop, which will be more than likely the case when there's so many other, master collectors with a lot of points, we decided that we'll give those points back, or give back 90% of those points. For the reason being is that, we want people to be able to actively participate. And if you're a new user to the platform or a mid-level user who might have some trouble, beating these guys with lots of points, you will be able to get your points returned and then have a continued effort rather than having to go back and then build those points up again and again. And it's also important to remember that the points will expire in 6 months. So you do need to use them up within that time anyway. Secondly, around the set points. So with the modifications that we've made to the overall point system, we decided to scale down the set points from 6 points to 5 points. And then obviously that's a diminishing tier based on the number of collectibles in that set. Now, the community yelled and we listened, of course, like we always do. So we
yelled. That's not fair, Dan. Yelled, please. Everybody was very civil.
Sorry. Civilly provided feedback, I should say. And so we have decided to increase the collectible points for secret rares. Now, I know it may seem like a massive jump from going from 0.5 to 5 points, but really, when you break down all of the numbers in our entire collectible editions that we've released to date, and more than likely in the future, the secret rares make up 1% of all of the editions available. So when you think about it like that, those collectibles are very hard to obtain. And it is only a small percentile. So it's not like, even if you had every single one of them, yes, you would get a lot of points, but, in some way you deserve that amount of points. So that's the main kind of reason that we've jumped those points up, which might seem quite high, but trust me when I say that it works in the overall greater point system. Low mint bonus has also been updated. I actually made a mistake on this one. It is meant to be the same as collectible low mint bonus, which will be a percentage of the item. So I have put 300 in here, but it will be the same as the low mint comics, which will be 5% of the lowest mint numbers.
We were talking about that earlier.
This makes it a bit more fair, given the fact that our edition sizes do range quite a lot now, from 100,000 for Marvel Mighties down to 800 for some of the secret rares that we release. So definitely the fairest way. So I'll get this article updated a little bit later today. Now, comic daily points. So same deal with collectible secret rares, is that, secret rare comics make up 1% of the total edition. So we have also increased those numbers. And the reason I've increased it up to 6 points is because we have decided to remove the comic points for the series. Not because it was, like a bad idea, but it was just a bit clunky in the way that it worked. As in, you would have to, it's not like a set that you just complete, boom, you get the points. You have to kind of constantly keep adjusting and buying. So we decided that we were just going to scrap that because it was a bit of a difficult concept to get across. And that's why we have increased the comic points to accommodate for that. point limitations, a couple of things we've just touched on there. Obviously, we will be doing everything we can within the system to ensure that people are playing fair and that the system can't be gamed. But just a couple of examples of that will be set points. For example, you get 100 points for completing a set. You can only do that once. You can't transfer it back out and then sell it back to yourself and get another 100 points. Also, same goes with the market. Can't just sit there and buy and sell the same collectible back and forth all day, every day. There will be limitations to the majority of these things. And as we roll those out, we'll continue to add them to the list here. So very happy to and open to any questions or feedback around the MCP as we get into the community side of things. OUP, the OMI Utility Program. So as Reese has already announced, the article is basically all ready to go. We will be just checking a few things over the next couple of days, and then we will be releasing, or should I say dropping that, early next week. So very much looking forward to getting that out. It's been a long time coming. And then lastly, just to touch on the drop model. So as I mentioned before, the current drop model is super exciting, you know, heart palpitations, etc. But it is an inefficient approach to take to these drops. So we will be moving to a waiting system or a waiting room of some sort. We are designing that waiting system so there is still that degree of excitement in there. You know, we don't want people waiting around for hours in the waiting room, etc. So it's still going to be really fast, really quick, very exciting. But the great thing is that, you know, it's a far more efficient system, allows us to scale, is more fair depending on the side of the fence that you sit on. And overall, I really think that this is a good move for the products. And we anticipate that will be rolled out, ready to go around the end of this year or maybe early Jan. So Alex, that basically covers the majority of my updates. So should we hand it over to the community?
Yes, indeed. Let me see who we got here in the requests. I do have some Twitter questions that I think we can get to. I do want to make sure that we get some new voices, as always, given how many new people we have in the community, new users on board. So I want to give all those people a chance to ask some things, but let's just go ahead and answer a few Twitter questions. We'll start off in the app realm. We'll see. Earth to Radio asks, I don't know if it was mentioned before, but will we be able to purchase items in the secondary market with OMI? Doesn't make sense to me as it would be burned right away, but just in case.
Yes, that is correct. So with the OMI Utility Program, which everyone will see next week, there you will be able to read how we're going to approach OMI to NFT in the secondary marketplace. Now, just keep in mind that is peer-to-peer, so that OMI won't be burnt. As in, if I'm selling something, you know, for whatever, 100,000 OMI, and then you buy it off me, I'm receiving that OMI. So because it's a peer-to-peer transaction, it won't be burnt. However, there is still market fees, etc., that will burn some OMI.
Okay. Great. And Louise asks, when the desktop version of the app is done, will there also be a web version of the vault so we can share a link to view our vaults with friends and family, even if they don't have an account, or be able to share a link to our vaults on social media?
Yes, absolutely. You know, some of these creations are so good. And even with my own showroom, which granted looks a little bit crappy compared to what's out there, I would love to be able to just share that directly with, you know, my friends, my family. So there will be a full web version of the showroom, and I know a lot of people are waiting for that because it can be a little bit cumbersome to use on the phone. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of the web showroom.
Great. Couple of points of clarification on both the new drop system, which is a waiting room concept, and the MCP drop raffle. If somebody's entering the room to buy either the allocation set aside for MCP or for the standard drop with the waiting room, and it's a blind box, they're assigned the same as they would be normally a random rarity?
Yes, it will always be random rarities. That's the only fairest way.
Right. And in the case that there are separate rarities for individual purchase, will there be different waiting rooms for each rarity?
That is correct. So if we use the traditional drop model where you can go for a specific collectible, then there will be a waiting room for each one of those.
Makes
Otherwise,
sense.
if it's a blind box, of course, they all sell in the one instance. So there'll be a single waiting room for them.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and answer one more Twitter question, and then we'll move it to the stage. Doctor of Stuff asks, will we be able to see sales data on collectibles, most recent sales, highest price sold, etc., similar to other NFT marketplace platforms?
Yes, we will. When we've got those updates scheduled to roll out in the app, which will have things like historic graph, historic high price, low price, and then obviously all of that kind of information will be on the web platform as well. We understand that gives more transparency over to users buying or selling, and it is an important part of the data that we want to put out.
Good.
And this is for the secondary market.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Well, I lost who I had up here. Let's bring up a new person. And I believe Send This is coming up now. I have your Twitter question, but I assume you're going to ask it in person, Send This.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was going to do. I was going to ask the guys off. First, thanks everybody for having this space for us and answering our questions and, being good sports about it. And congratulations on all the accomplishments you guys have had. It's been a fantastic ride since March for me, so I'm sure it's been amazing for you guys as well. My biggest question is, with this transfer to Immutable, will our delivery times be shortened, and will that allow us to keep the market open during drops?
Great question. Now, the migration to Immutable won't necessarily affect our drop performance. That is very much centered around the waiting room model. Now, I do have some bad news, which is that when we roll out the new waiting room system, we'll be saying goodbye to our lovely green delivery truck because the deliveries will be significantly more efficient and will more than likely happen minutes after the collectible. So before I can comment on the market, I probably need to talk to the developers so they don't go, Daniel, you promised what? But our aim is obviously always to have those two sections of the market open at one time, and moving to this waiting room system will put significantly less pressure on the service. So I do hope that's the case, but I'll follow up.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a follow up on that, Dan. I get this question quite often. I know it might be moot moving to the new drop system, but in those cases that a drop is a higher addition run, and we are still in the process of delivering collectibles maybe 1 to 2 hours after drop time, and the market has since opened. I sense there's a lot of frustration sometimes. People think that the two should be connected. Basically, the market shouldn't open until all collectibles are delivered. Do we have an official philosophy on that? I know it's tied to server load, but
yes, it's basically tied to server load. I mean, I guess it depends on your perspective, as what type of user you are. Are you a flipper? Are you a collector? So it all depends on your motives. But you are right, Alex. It will be a moot point with the new system because deliveries will be significantly faster.
All right, fantastic. Okay, next up we have OTF, I assume?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just a couple questions. This is for Dan. So I have an Apple phone. So I've realized that people who have Androids are able to see their Omi wallet within their Veve app. So I was wondering, when we switch over to Immutable, will I be able to on my iPhone have my, when I put my Omi into my Veve, will I see it in my app, or do I still have to go to omi.vv to put it in?
Yes, you will still need to go to omi.vv. Now that is because of platform rules, right? Some platforms are more lenient than others. So, and we obviously have to comply with, with the rules and guidelines of the app platforms. However, when the web platform rolls out, obviously that's on the World Wide Web, and we can do whatever we want. So there'll be a far more integrated experience, and it won't really matter whether you're on iPhone or app Android, because you'll be able to use a more ubiquitous web platform in the future.
Perfect. Appreciate that. And one last thing. So I've been bringing in a couple of new users, like, my family, friends, and everything like that. And, some of them just collect comic books. And when I go to their profile, it shows that they have 0 collectibles, 0 followers, whatever the case may be. But, when they're in their profile and they're looking at their own account, it shows that they may have 16 collectibles. Now, I thought that was going to be updated within the app. Can we like, is that going to be updated in the future, or?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I didn't realize that was the case, so I'll note that down to have a chat with the development team. I thought it was already showing them, but it should be, so we'll get that checked out.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me up.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Wadsworth.
Hey there, guys. Thanks for having me up. I appreciate it. I just had a question about the interoperability, and most people want to know if they can bring their NFTs to OpenSea, but I'd like to know, can we take our other NFTs and bring them into the Veveverse eventually?
Very good question. Like I said earlier, I do believe in a lot of interoperability, and I think it would be awesome in your showroom if you could have an awesome frame on your wall, and then maybe from that you could display artwork that you might have purchased from OpenSea, or maybe you can even have your animated Top Shot in there. I personally think that would be a cool thing. It's probably a little ways down the line.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Wadsworth. I'm going to go to another couple Twitter questions here. Actually, I have one from Discord. How on this regarding the Lincoln skateboards? How does this impact the full set? So the current set is 4, and does that mean now the set is 5?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, there will be a 5th board.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's go on to Zombie Doge asks, is it possible to update the value indicator for our collection? The percent displayed is incorrect and the gem value is as well. It would be nice if we could reflect the floor prices for our collection. Thank you.
Yes, that is, I do agree. I also would love to have that updated. So the back-end devs have been working on that one, calculating the floor price of everyone's collectibles.
Let's go.
Again, this one, we just need to make sure that it's very optimized. We have a lot of users and some of them have a lot of collectibles. So the reason we changed it to what it is now is because it was smashing the server a bit, but that's going through a refactor now. So we definitely are working on that one.
Heck yeah.
Okay, great. Let's see, one more. This is a good one for the new folks because we have a lot of new people in the space today. I don't know how to say this name, so I'm just going to ask the question. Where do the additional 50 plus mints of each rarity go for each drop? I know 1 through 40 go to the licensor, or Veve. Where do the rest go? So can you just break that down? I think that's a question we've been getting quite frequently these days. Yeah.
Sure. So the remaining 50 are just completely random additions that are selected. And we use those additions in things for like giveaways, which we will be starting to roll out, more and more regularly, such as we did with Edo. They will also be used for giveaways at the, at future events that we might do. They're really just sort of set aside there for, for community purposes or giveaways. For the reason being that, the 1 to 40 have, become extremely valuable now. So we wanted to make sure that there was more that we could actually have for the community to give away.
All right. Let's move on back to the stage, and looks like we're still connecting there. I'll bring up two just in case. Crypto Mando.
Oh, hello. Thank you for inviting me up to speak.
Of course.
No worries.
What's your question?
My question was, will integrating KYC help to eliminate the issue with bots that
Comes
David
the bot
mentioned
questions.
Like I say, we are already using very good bot detection systems. And I think we need to be careful with KYC. I mean, there will absolutely be some form of KYC in the future as the products expand and the value grows. But we need to be careful that anyone who's in crypto knows, boom, I go to an exchange, I've got to sign up, KYC, etc. It's kind of a known and accepted part of that process. However, if you're a standard collector and you hear about Veve and you come in, then I immediately have to provide all of this information before getting in. In my opinion, it creates a barrier and resistance to entry. So I believe that we have the good people on the ground now working to prevent these bad actors coming into the platform. There will be some degree of KYC coming in the future, but it will more than likely when you reach certain levels of value, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you. That's a fair point.
Thank you, Crypto. Let's move on to CVV.
Yes, hi, thank you. This is Dree with CVV Entertainment. First, let me say thank you so much for having this space. You're really sharing very helpful information. I do have a question. Do you foresee the VV application moving to the web where we could go and participate in the drops, or will this be solely through the app?
Yes, 100% we do. It is in development right now. So I think we can expect that to be rolled out sometime in January. So you'll be able to choose whether you want to do your drops from in bed if it's 5 a.m. in the morning, or you can sneakily have Veve up at lunchtime at your workplace if that's what you want as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. That's really awesome. Thank you.
At Kyle Wilson.
Thank you. All right. Let's move to one more from Twitter. And I'm going to direct this one to Mr. Yu. Skeet asks, following the huge success that was DesignerCon, what's the future in-person event schedule you're looking at to host or attend? Moves being made? Plans in the work? DCon UK? Cough, cough, hint, hint, wink, wink? What do you say?
Yeah.
Oklahoma Comic-Con. Just kidding.
Great question. We want to be in every event possible. We do have another possible live event in the planning for the coming, months. I don't think there's any more in this side of the holiday season. This year we meant to be at New York Comic Con, but some of our licensor did pull out, in a way, last minute planning due to COVID. So, I'm pretty confident next year with everything returning back to normal and how successful DCon has been, we will be rolling out our, international roadshow. And obviously, if DCon's going to be running in UK, and I think this was a topic discussed yesterday with some of the DCon teams that we will look at expanding to UK. We want to be everywhere our fans is. And I think in the next few months, we're going to be rolling out new categories. Dan mentioned many times with me emphasis on, right now we have collectibles from comic, statues, animations. There's other areas that we really want to get into, such as music, sports is another category we haven't come out with. And, there will be other comic publishers that we want to start to introduce. So, in a lot of these other events and category that we're bringing out will have
Action Comics
live events as well. For example, if it's a sports, there will be some sort of sports events that Veve will be attending to have a booth. But with in regards to more specific and more relevant what we're doing now, yes, we will be looking at Comic-Con and DCon, and there will be follow-up shortly on our announcement where we will be. And, we love our fans to be as engaged as possible and do show up and support us. And, the takeaway note from our first live show is we will be doing a lot more planning. We'll have bigger booths that's being fully well designed and move in, move out, where we can move these booths around the country in the US. And we are going to look for volunteers because we can't be in every city everywhere at once. And going back to the question where some of the users are asking, some of the editions that we keep, we are keeping them, some of these editions back for the reason eventually we do see 4 to 5 cons running all at once, and we do want these NFT to be showcased in different locations, and we do need to send them out to different accounts to utilize these. So we are really thinking ahead of the game at the moment.
That's a lot.
Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the stage. I got Droy up here. Is that how you say it, Droy?
Yeah, Roy, for the community. Great, guys, and thank you for giving me the chance to speak. I'm representing a small Dutch group in Telegram, and a Veve collector from the start. And great to see the community here and some great names. Respect that. It's really been an amazing journey. So hi to all. I have one question. Now that we see so much traction within Veve, right? A lot of new members, a lot of new NFTs, great projects. Really respect for that, and the ones who are really choosing those kind of great art pieces and collaborations. What I do miss is something that we now have such a large user base, is to do really something good with those NFTs. So maybe something like a charity type of thing, event where we can buy, let's say, something. I just say something from WWF, right? Or something to do on carbon mitigation. A special NFT that gives something back to the world.
I've already asked them
because I would love to buy such an NFT and also do something for a good cause.
A long time ago.
Something like that in
They said yes.
Yes. We did run a program for the LGBT community a few months back, I think early on this year, and for the Pride Day, and we did, and thanks for everyone who participated. And I think we raised about 128,000 US for that course. We will have other fundraising events that we are in the plan and working on. So, and once again, we'll be announcing these when the appropriate time comes up. And also, I think earlier this year, most of you will know we have announced our environmental, carbon emission to offset credits, things like that. We are going to be rolling out plans for 2022. We're just funding. We are a bit under-resourced, trying to do everything at once. So we're just rolling out the most important parts first. But it's really good to hear, our community, like yourself, that you want to help more and do more. So we'll definitely be bringing more of these type of projects up.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move on to Not You NFT.
Not you.
Did I lose him? I think I lost him. All right. Let's go with Foster.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
All right. What's up?
Good. So actually, perfect segue because David was just speaking about it. I just had a question about scalability of not necessarily the platform, but the company itself. I know David said, resources are a little tight right now and are likely being overutilized in some aspects of the platform. I was wondering if you could touch on your plans for scalability of your company as it comes to resources, and then maybe also touch on how you utilize some of those third-party resources, whether it be in marketing or design, etc.
Just doubt they'll
complete everything that you're able to
go
do
into
in the
detail
timeframes that you do it in.
Yeah, I mean, and we touched base on this quite a few times. This year's our target goal was about, I think, 65 or 68,000 active users. So our whole entire business plan, when we went launch in January, February, March this year, was based on that type of budget. And we didn't really see these type of growth until about the second to the third quarter. So, and obviously the growth was one like a hockey stick type, or what wasn't even really a hockey stick, or just a stick going up. So it came as a surprise how much uptake there was. And we also weren't going to be releasing all these major IP this year, and we see the community keep making videos and keep giving us the encouragement to try these big IPs. And just so you understand, in regards to signing up licenses, we have been doing this work going back to 2-3 years ago. So most of these licenses that you have seen today, they weren't just signed like yesterday and go, hey, we'd like to do an NFT drop. They've been partnership in the way and negotiations and the process of making these NFT. We did have a bottleneck where we tried to produce a lot of the content and tried to find slots coming out. And one other major problem was, if you guys all remember, we had a period of time where we had the loading issue. And during that period, we had a number of weeks we didn't drop any NFT. And basically, our whole team has been working and resolving issues on scalability. Now, and constantly we are improving features, as well as we're solving this bot mechanism with drop. And so we are running, so everyone should understand that this is a very there's a lot of multiple units in the business going, from the development team, the business team, the licensing team, the design team, and we do have heads in each of these departments. We are going to be looking for more senior management to take into lead, more staff going into the 2022 and so on. And I mean, we are in the corner where a lot of these things are all merging. So let me explain a little bit how I see and why we see such a huge uptake. And number one is, myself and Dan, we're always huge believer that anything can be digitalized will be going through that digitalization. And this year, if you were drawing a curve, you see physical toys, you see supply outsourcing, all these companies around the world having outsourcing issues, shipping issues, and cost of goods are going up. And then you see internet's getting cheaper, and people are using more data, using more phone-based things. So basically, they have created a huge loading and interest in this NFT field. Now, in the same time, the scalability is not just about the business team. I mean, we're working 24/7 or any hour in the day that we have to try to scale the business, including the tech team. But you have to understand, the license companies and the IP companies, there's more and more wanting to get into the space. So what we had planned is, we didn't anticipate that we're going to announce this many brands, and plus we got more brands we haven't even started to touch on that will be coming out in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll continue to announce brands every month in some of these great collabs and partnership. So in every single sector and division in the company, just getting over heavy loaded. But I just want you to understand, most of these people and companies, they want to work with myself and Dan. They want the key decision makers. They want to speak to the founders or the co-founders in the business. So it is right this moment, unfortunately, we are just a bit overloaded trying to answer everything and fix everything. So I do hope, our audience do give us a little bit more time. We know what you want. We do listen. And much appreciate everything you guys.
He's so kind, man.
Opportunity to be serving you, and continuously, we won't let you down. We'll keep bringing up.
They're doing an amazing job,
and brings fun and smiles.
He's so nice.
To your face.
And I think just to add to that, Dave, we also need to stand back and just think about where we were back in January and where we've come to now. There's been a massive amount of scalability, and while there's been teething issues along the way, overall, it still provided a great experience for our fans and users. And sometimes when you're growing a business, it really is not a matter of just literally throwing more resources in. Veve is a very complex business behind the scenes, and we need to make sure we're bringing people in at the right time to scale. But the main thing is now, I mean, like I said earlier, we did 25 drops last week. That's dropping at scale already. So while there are parts that can be improved, as with any business, overall, it's still going pretty well.
Yeah. And one more thing, I just want everyone to understand, we're not the only companies going through the scalability problem. And we're talking our licensors in the same time. They never have a division that was handling NFT or digital asset in the format that we are dealing with. A lot of our partners or licensors are also learning and scaling their internal staff to ensure that the output of work is not being duplicated. So there's actually multiple layers. And one other important thing I want everyone to understand is that we're dealing, a lot of the asset class that we're talking about now is very, very new in terms of government regulation. There's always constant rule change, and you always see constant politician around the world talks about something, the whole market goes into negative, depressed moment, and then nothing, and things come up. It's been very volatile, and our job, this business is almost so new that you don't know what's going to happen, in the foreseeable future. Our job is to ensure we keep meeting the compliance issue. There is so much compliances. I mean, our legal compliance goes through from multiple jurisdiction down to,
it's crazy.
Where we pay Pacific tax on it. The stuff that you guys are purchasing, we are paying local tax in every country. Who's collecting these? There are a lot of multiple level of these, and countries are introducing GST on digital asset. For example, New Zealand, the government's about to pass through a law where the digital NFT will have to pay GST. So we will have to start collecting GST for Pacific regions and off Pacific for Pacific governments. So there's a lot of scalability, not just in design, engineering, but in accounting, in legal compliance. We will be a quite sizable company in the near future. And obviously, we're still thinking, how we're going to be driving these assets to the next stage. I mean, Immutable X is a partnership that took multiple months to negotiate and understand their scalability, and ensuring that our partners in our license industry are comfortable to use that blockchain as well. So there's actually multiple level of these. And I think most time people just think me and Dan just sit there and we push a button and that Spider-Man just jumps out 3D and just go, well, there's 3,000 of me and it's going to be ultra rare. There's a lot of complex mathematical simulation process we go through, how we drop it, when we drop it, if it's relevant. So give you an example, Hitmonkey was a product that came out. It was a comic that we minted this week, and it was relevant with the Hulu release of the Hitmonkey. So, having an NFT that's day and date release of something, it's
crazy.
Quite important. Disney Plus is another one, celebration of their Disney Plus anniversary. So a lot of these day-to-day, the USP is the Day of the Dead coming out, and you will see more and more. And please don't don't mark my word, you will see more and more,
Did you say Day of the Dead?
day-to-day type of release. For example, James Bond, the movie. But I don't want you guys to go out and start mapping out what day is happening on what and every type of property out there, or when Pokemon's going to change their clothing or introduce another character. Because we do have a raw map, and we have to fit everyone into these calendar slots perfectly.
All right, thank you very much. Go quickly to one question from Twitter, and then we'll go back to the stage. Naked Whale asks, if I'm understanding this correctly, a comic ultra rare is worth twice as many MCP points as a collectible ultra rare? What was the thinking behind that? That doesn't seem
no, that's not right. A collectible ultra rare, yes, it will be. Collectible ultra rare, I remember off the top of my head, was 3 points, and a comic secret rare, which just remember, keep in mind, is 1% of the entire circulation of editions, is 6 points.
Okay, great. One more. They call me Josh. Asks, what about push notifications for Market Open or an automatic refresh of the Market Open? We all have to
that would be
basically
nice.
force close our app and reopen to see the market on the iPhone once it opens up after a drop.
Yeah, we could look at that. I mean, all of those kind of things, I sort of lump those into the superficial category. And obviously I know that these are little bugbears that we will absolutely get nailed down. But this is an evolving product, and we're always releasing updates. I mean, any of the OGs remember what Veve was like back 6 months ago. In that time, it has grown leaps and bounds in terms of functionality and the offering. So yeah, I mean that's basically what's just going to keep happening.
Great. All right, let's move on to the stage. We have Crypto Nostradamus or Crypto MFs.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Hey.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Still can.
Yeah. All right, so I just need a little clarification. I was one of the people that got the secret rare Lincoln board that didn't arrive. Kind of curious. You're talking about a fifth board. You say that it's going to be a secret rare. Are the people that didn't get those, are they automatically going to get the fifth board? And will it have the same rarity as the fourth board did? Because that's a huge deal. And it's been a stressful week, and we're all wondering what is actually going on here. Was the fifth board planned? Was it what came of a technical error? And basically just need a little clarification.
Yeah, well, let me just go through what I mentioned just earlier, which is that there was a double minting of that particular board. So we will be, anyone who did get the extra mints will be receiving basically the same board, which is so it'll still be an SR, as I mentioned, and it will have a slightly updated design, which we've worked with the design company on.
Okay, but is the rarity going to be the same or better?
Yes. So the rarity will be the same as the other one.
Okay. All right. So, and you said it's about 48 hours. Everybody will be getting this.
You'll get a notification within 48 hours, and then we just need to get the asset into production, which shouldn't take too much longer.
Okay. Now, I guess the only other question I would have, well, I just drew a blank. I guess I don't have a question.
All right.
Hey, well,
thank you very much.
Hit us up on Twitter if you remember.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to Blake.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, Blake.
I was just wondering if there's going to be a limit for the what is it called? The drop lottery tickets. If there's going to be a limit per person, because I was just wondering if someone could just come in and spend all of their MCP points from stacking a ton of secret rares, and if they could just weed out all the little fish, basically, if they could just get like 100 drop lottery tickets or something.
No, there won't be a limit. So as I mentioned before, one of the reasons we've changed it to the drop raffle is so both the minnows and the whales of the point system can have a chance. Obviously, if you're a whale, if you've been collecting a lot, if you've been, participating in the app for a long time, you're going to have a lot of points. And, using those points, you might end up buying as many drop raffle tickets as you can. And that would clean out all of the points that the whale had. But the advantage with having it as a raffle, it means that even if you could only get 1 or 2 or 10 tickets compared to someone else who maybe got 100, you still have a chance of being successful in the raffle. So we think it's a much more fair way. It's still very weighted towards those people who are very active users in Veve. And just remember, that is what this drop lottery is around. But we also wanted to make sure that outside of the normal drop, which any other user can participate in, there is still that chance for everyone to be successful.
Got it. Thank you, guys.
Right on. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to Audible Collective.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right. Good, thanks.
Question is more for David probably. I was wondering if you guys have plans. I know I don't know if you guys ever, I'm sure you have seen Sideshow Collectibles. They have like a combo of like a bunch of X-Men fighting a Sentinel. I was wondering if you guys ever had any plans to combine some of the NFTs to make like a scene or anything to that.
Yeah. Okay. We do have. So by the way, we're not in partnership with Sideshow Collectible. I just want to say, I just don't want people to go as confirmed or something.
Confirmed.
We do have statues that's coming out that is going to look like what you're familiar with as a Sideshow Collectible, like a polystone style, where it's like a diorama. Two figures
Dioramas are sick.
or looking at each other or things like that. So yeah, we do have a line, and I do believe hopefully we'll be rolling something out in December or January next year. December is this year. December. January is if we come meet the December. We got a big lineup for December already, so we'll try to push it through as fast as we can. Yeah, but to that question, we will do more and more of these type of collectible coming up.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Dave, the new empty showroom that's coming out will basically be an empty space where you can put, multiple collectibles in. You can set up your own 3D diorama. And then, as I've mentioned on other AMAs.
All right, guys, that's it from me. I got to tune out. I got a date. Got to take my wife. We're going to have a super sweet date. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. There's a few people streaming it right now as well, so you want to hop on over to their stream. I think it's like Cavell, Taps, and maybe somebody else, but I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in, and a lot of those updates were pretty epic and amazing. I think they're kind of working their way down to the lower ones, the lower questions that are more on the collectible side, and not so much like the app itself. But which all the diorama stuff, that stuff I've been looking forward to for a very long time. So that's a great question. But I got to tune out. I got to go on a date, and I'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell notification, and as always, be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.